Night beginning to fall over Southern California, but the lights are shining bright here at the spectacular SoFi Stadium in metropolitan Los Angeles. Tonight, it's the Thursday opener for the new NFL season, as it'll be the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the LA Chargers.
Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
Just about set for a start. Happy to have you with us, and we are underway here on Thursday Night Primetime.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start the drive here with Pacheco.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage.
Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Throwing now is Mahomes. And his throw is incomplete.
That's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. And he's able to knock that one away.
Yards to go.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Here's Mahomes to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
I like what they tried to do there. Tried to hit him with something quick, get the ball in his hands, and hope he can make some yards after the catch and pick up a 1st down. Weren't able to do so on that play.
A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over.
18-yard line.
Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. They'll run it. Here's the rookie from Oregon. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Ready, run!
On the ground, this is Amarian Hampton. And room to run as he's out past the 35-yard line. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Again, it's Hampton. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
My high school football coach was very fond of saying, you've got to meet force with force. And on a short yardage running play, that's what you're going to encounter. And how about them picking up the 1st down on that one?
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Copy.
They'll try the air now with Herbert. Over the middle, complete. That's Hampton. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
1 for 1. A lot more to go.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here. Now a handoff looking right. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line.
2 carries for him now on the opening drive, both for good yardage.
And based on film study, they thought that there was a chance to spring him more than once for some pretty good yardage in this game.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 36. Herbert off of play action. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. A great effort there. 36 yards.
And the Chargers are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And it's now a 7-0 game.
Chargers 7, Chiefs 0. Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Look at this. Big gain, the fumble. And picked up by the Chargers. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
A lot of talk this week, and now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right.
Attack! Hey, rip left. Yellow.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
He's across midfield to the 48-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Here's 2nd and 7.
Yellow. Right.
Now Mahomes.
Now he's going to step up and run.
And Mahomes picking up the first as he slides and hits the deck. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first down.
Headed straight, it's Pacheco.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the Chargers' 32-yard line.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Chiefs with the football as we start the second quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd and 10.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. We've seen how this quarterback can beat you with his legs. Saw it earlier on this drive, as a matter of fact. But that time, they had him covered.
It really gave him no place to escape because oftentimes they're able to find a crack, a sliver, anything that can get them upfield. On that occasion, nothing open at all, and they swarmed him.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. So now on comes the field goal unit. And wow, this is no ordinary try here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. And he is going to lose yardage here. And despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Behind the chains, 2nd and 13.
Set. Hey, Ray. Don't stop. Go. Five nine. Set.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Now he'll tuck this and run.
And this is dropped. Oh, my goodness. There was no one around him, but he took his eye off it, and it falls incomplete.
And this was a little bit of the knock on him coming out of college. Sometimes the concentration could wander a bit. This should have been a big play, but somehow he's not able to corral it.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now it's Herbert.
Now a deep one for Johnston.
And he backs it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And that is how you respond after taking one on the chin to begin this game. Give up a first drive touchdown, go back out on defense, and completely shut them down to force a 3 and out.
And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. Deion Henley there on the tackle.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, and he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
A quick throw caught by Rice.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
First down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Up the middle they go. Clinton. And tough sledding. Will get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you. They get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
So third down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Here now a 3rd down and 8.
Working from the gun, Mahomes.
That is caught.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown.
Devontae Smith.
36 yards. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7.
Makes the score Chiefs 10, Chargers 7. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Second and 9.
Ram. Set. Go.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Going with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Herbert. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
On first down, it's Hampton.
And he's got room. Well, he is out of bounds inside the 35.
So a decent gain there on the play, but that all gets wiped out with a penalty.
Well, that's a setback, but all the good play callers, they just move on. They find something else in the playbook that can attack this defense, and they go right back on the offensive on this play.
Herbert going to give to Hampton.
And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield strike.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
From the 50, here's Herbert.
That's to Amarian Hampton out of the backfield.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down.
Now he's going to step up and run.
They'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
Herbert able to show his wheels as he gets the first.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one because they took away his arm. But he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that first down pickup.
Back to throw here, Herbert. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
A gain of 5.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts.
The Chiefs' 20-yard line.
As they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
Now 2nd and 5.
Set. 380. Ready.
Here's Herbert. This will be caught just inside the 10. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
Front. Set.
Herbert. This will be caught at about the 5. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Chargers have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And the lead is now 14-10.
14. Chiefs 10.
The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
Cameron Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
And the Chargers are going to take over at their own 41. Well, Charles, you know, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
That's complete. It's Ladd McConkey.
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. And folks, this is a 67-yard attempt. And the kick is good. He needed a little help there from the crossbar, but the carom goes his way. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break.
Harrison Butker to the kickoff for Kansas City.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going.
Set. Ready.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And brought down, but out before reaching the 45-yard line.
Chargers
It'll It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. Those are the type of runs that we did not see from him in the first half, but a good start to the third quarter.
And I know what everyone's thinking that's watching this. They did a great job adjusting at the half. Oftentimes you don't make adjustments. You just dial into your game plan a little bit better, and maybe you'll start to make some headway.
He had to fight that time. Ran through one tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And a good run here as he'll run the other way down to the 40-yard line. 39 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times.
That's a 40-yard line.
12.
Herbert now. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter.
On a jet sweep, it's McConkey. On this one, that may need to go back to the drawing board. Going to be swallowed up right away.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Ready.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. A great effort there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Chargers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And the lead now up to 14.
Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away.
Yeah, that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a two-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
Now a handoff up the middle. Clinton. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now here's Mahomes. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Oh, breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big play that time on the catch and run. And the Chiefs are going to get a fresh set of downs. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. To throw, it's Mahomes. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Mahomes now to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. B.J. Ojulari getting in there and dropping it. And it's never going to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
And he is out of bounds here. Given 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He didn't scramble for it first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Mahomes going to throw. They'll check this one down to Pacheco. And the Chiefs are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. It's the Chiefs with a football, but with work to do on the scoreboard. They trail as we start quarter number 4. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run here with Pacheco. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
Once more, it's Pacheco.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
On goal-to-goal runs, when you create lost yardage plays, the only way that happens is either called pressure or what I like to call straight-ahead pursuit. A great read, and they get to the backfield and make the play.
And that was a big chunk of yardage lost. Here's Mahomes, 3rd and goal. That's complete, right around the 8. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there. Did they maybe play that too safely on 3rd down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help them a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe because we do have 4th down to try and pick it up.
Butker's kick here is good.
And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down.
At the 39-yard line.
Back to throw. Herbert. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. The 2 big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10.
And he's in for a Charger touchdown. A great play there. Making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut.
And the Chargers are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And the lead is up to 18 now.
31. Chiefs 13. Cameron Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production.
But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Looking here for Smith downfield.
And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. And remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
The Chiefs on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Mahomes.
Pass complete to Royals. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
What a throw right there for the first down. He has taken some real punishment in this game, but still standing in the pocket completing that one.
He's a flat-out warrior. There's no question about that. How about him stepping up into the teeth of the rush and delivering there for that big strike and that big pickup?
Pacheco gets it up the gut.
And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the fourth quarter. Should rely more on the passing attack?
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 34-yard line. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Yellow, yellow. Let's go, Lou, lady.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And this is caught. And in for the Chiefs touchdown.
Rashee Rice,
33 yards.
and the Chiefs have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit.
Chiefs 20. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. With the late lead, Herbert's going to throw it.
He's got the hook up downfield to McCarthy.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
And the Chargers first down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete.
And he will have a Charger first down, and that should be the one that gets him to the finish line.
And the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
Well, partner, they've used him quite well out of the backfield in this one. And here's another nice example. They set up the screen, and he's able to pick his way downfield for a nice gain there.
Ray.
Back to throw now on first down.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll get this down to the 10.
Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.